So the real issue is this: how do regular folks like us, who did not cheat and only nag family members and friends, who want to grow a residual income stream, how do we attract quality leaders into our organization and create profitable home businesses, yet still have plenty of time to enjoy life? That's the screaming question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Eric Su, and welcome to Next Gen MLM Hacks Radio. Hi, Angela. How are you doing?
Hi, Eric. How are you?
I'm so glad you were able to make it on this. I'm so glad you were able to make this podcast with me. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Awesome. So we talked a little bit about MLM and where you're from, but can you share with our audience a little bit more how you got started?
Absolutely. I have never heard of network marketing, MLM. I was a social worker, a caseworker with New York City Child Protective Services, and I have always had a passion for helping people. And when I had my first child, the cost of daycare was a lot. And, you know, as a family, we made a decision that it really wouldn't be worth it to be earning $500 a week in salary and spending $400 a week in daycare. So as a family, we made a decision that I was going to basically give up my job and stay home and be a full-time mom. And what I found was that it was very difficult. There was too much month left at the end of my bills, and we were just hardly getting by. My husband is a car carrier, a truck driver, and I found him working more and more hours, and we never got to see one another. And it's not the type of life that we had dreamt of as a family. And so my friend through social media posted that she lost 9 pounds, and I was super excited. And I basically came on for the products. I wanted to look better. I wanted to feel better. I was at a low point physically, financially. And after experiencing incredible results with my health and wellness company, I put my mom and my husband on the products, and I was absolutely blown away to receive a commission check. I never knew referral marketing existed. And that was when my eyes and my heart was lit up, and I just thought, man, I am going to help a lot of people become physically and financially free with this company. And that's how I started.
Excellent story. I want to dive into this whole idea of marketing and how people can be more effective with marketing, and specifically online. Because I think a lot of times people think about marketing as like, oh, I'll just make a post here or there, and then hopefully somebody will react and I will be able to get a new customer, right? And so you have been super successful. I don't remember the numbers, but you could tell the audience what the numbers were. But what has been working for you with the online strategy?
Well, number one, you've got to be passionate. You've got to wholeheartedly believe in what you're doing. You have to have a tremendous desire to help people. And I think the most important is being consistent, right? You wouldn't shop at a store that's open 1 week and then closed for 2, and then you open up for 1 day and then you close for another 4. That's not how it works. People have come to me because I have been posting strategically for 5 years, whether I was having a great day or a bad day. My Facebook audience had no idea, because every day on Facebook I was posting, I was being positive, I stayed away from political, religious negativity, and I just set out to really inspire people to make a change and want to do better. So I would say step one is really passion and consistency in your social media strategy.
Great. Excellent. Was there a time that you posted? What kind of material would you be posting to make it work?
Well, for example, today my husband and I went to a spin class, and then we went and did some cryotherapy. And I put up a post and I said, what do network marketers do all day, every day? Anything they want. I put up a picture of us having fun. You know, it doesn't have to be salesy. It has to be you. I put up pictures of my kids, us enjoying life. I tell you, network marketing is something very magnificent and people need to talk about it. And even if you've earned just enough to go out and buy a week's worth of groceries, you talk about it. If you've earned enough to pay a car payment, that's a big deal. Talk about it. I was talking about it. Man, 20 bucks for a bag of dog food was a big deal to us because we were broke. So it's showing the lifestyle. It's showing the transformations. It's not showing off, but it's really trying to be more inspirational, giving people value.
Right. I think I've heard other people say be vulnerable in a way to show people that you are a real person.
Yes.
I think it's more or less show what the industry has done or what it does, not what it is. Does that make sense? Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense because you know what? People will not enroll with you. They will not sign up with you if you are perfect, right? Because it's not relatable. Nobody is perfect. So when you're being vulnerable, you're showing people that it's okay to be real. Look at this girl. She is screwed up, messed up. She's come from down and out, and she can still have success. And when you show people vulnerability, and honesty and integrity, it gives people hope that maybe they can too.
Yeah. Just curious, since you've been super successful, I don't know if you want to share the numbers and shock people like you shocked me, but do you think posting every day, what kind of schedule do you think new people, even people who are in MLM who want to do this online thing, what would you suggest?
I would suggest posting twice a day, once in the morning between 8 and 10 a.m. and once in the evening between 8 and 10 p.m. If you can get an afternoon post, go for it. I would say at least 2 times a day. And then I would say find a schedule. Make a system and follow it. It can be any kind of system. You can do Manic Mondays where you're doing something funny. You can do Testimonial Tuesdays where you're giving people personal accounts. You can do a recipe on Wednesdays. You can do a fitness Friday, a network marketing tip on Thursday. Whatever it is that you do, put it in your book and stick with it. This is what runs my life. I don't have a boss. This here, this is my boss. My planner is empty. You know what? Then I'm not putting into my business. And so in your planner, you write out what you're going to do every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, and whatever strategy you create, you implement, stick with it. Be consistent.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. Looking at a blank calendar is probably the best indicator of where your business is, right?
Absolutely. It's painful to me.
Fill every white spot, right? But
Yeah.
anyway, moving on, I just wanted to touch base with you because since you've been a scholar, what is it that you think people are attracted to you, or is it that you are seeking people out? What is your approach?
I have sponsored over 800 people in 4 years, and what I would say is that I really, really love people. I really believe in people, and I really want to see people win. And I think that when I talk to somebody, well, first of all, I don't discriminate. I talk to everyone because I feel that everyone can use what I have. Health, wellness, financial freedom. I'm really passionate and proud of what I do. I feel like a social worker more times than a network marketer. But what I will say is don't discriminate against anyone, talk to everyone, and do it from a good place. Forget about the sale and really come from a place where you are trying to serve and help another human being. Because people can smell if it's something in it for you, people know it. But if you genuinely have a great heart and you really believe in helping them, they can sense that too. And that's the approach that I've taken. Asking for referrals, reaching out to people, utilizing Facebook, just talking to people that I can serve each and every day.
Um, do you find these people in groups? Do they come and ask you? How do you find that these people are? How are you communicating? How is it that you are ending up to communicate with these people?
Well, you've got to commit to a number, right? I wouldn't just send you outside and say, Eric, go run. I'm going to give you specific goals, and I'm going to say you're going to start today with a half a mile. You're going to run that every day. By April, I want to see you running a mile. And it's the same standards and goals that I set in my business. I set out to talk to 3 people a day. And guess what, guys? There's humans everywhere. Look around. They're at Walmart, they're at Target, they're at 7-Eleven, they're on Facebook, they're in Facebook groups, they're in nail salons. When you're getting your hair cut, doesn't everyone need a haircut? It's just, there are people everywhere. You've got to pick a number that you feel comfortable with, and you've got to commit. When you make an appointment with someone else, you show up. Why don't you show up for yourself consistently each and every day? I think that's been my greatest asset, is that I've really committed to doing this. And on days that I don't want to, I look at my girls. I look at my husband. I retired my husband. Guess what? I'm the provider. If my book is empty, I ain't providing. So for me, it's 3 new conversations a day. It's 3 follow-ups a day, and it's generating 3 new leads a day. And that's a system that's been very easy. It's time manageable, and it's something I've been able to stick with for 5 years.
Yeah. Let's knock some of these false beliefs out of this park here real quick here. I don't know any people. You just answered that by saying just find people to talk to.
Yeah, that's crazy. You don't have to know them. You're getting to know them, right? So let's say that you are a lady and you go to a nail salon. Instead of going to the same manicurist every week, go try different places. Talk to people. You generally, they ask you, so what do you do? You ask them, so what do you do? Because when you ask people what they do for a living, they're going to ask you. When you get a haircut, stop seeing the same person for 10 years. Go find a different place. Oh man, when I first started, I went to Zumba.com and I literally Googled a Zumba studio within a 10-mile vicinity. And every day I was taking a different Zumba class, telling people my story. I didn't know anyone. I lost a lot of friends in my divorce. I was a stay-at-home mom with 2 kids. I didn't have a social life. I wasn't going networking. I was busy taking care of babies. On Facebook, you have 650 million Facebook groups. Get in there, be proactive, make friends, make conversations, go to the drugstore, go to a local vitamin shop, ask them if you can leave your business cards, tell them you're a passionate health and wellness coach or whatever it is you do. Just keep sharing your story, keep inviting them into Facebook, and then stay consistent on Facebook so they can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I like what you just said there, which was using Facebook platform to communicate and stay in touch with people, I think is very important, right?
Very important. Absolutely.
False belief number 2. I don't have time for all that.
You don't have time. You make the time, right? You make the time. But the beautiful thing about this is that you don't got to get on a bus. You don't got to get on a train. You don't even got to put your bra on to do this. You can do this in pajamas, in your house, in the pockets of your life. And I tell you the kind of people that I love, the kind that text me and say, Ange, I have a 20-minute lunch break. I'm in the bathroom of my office. Can you jump on a 3-way phone call with me? I said, that's a person with desire.
That's good.
Right? We don't have the time. We make the time, but I think our dreams are worth it.
And I want to say that I've learned, and maybe you have learned too, I don't know. I kind of say, well, this isn't for you. For those who continue to say they don't have time. I don't know. Maybe that's how you do it.
They just, you know what? They just don't want it bad enough, or maybe they just don't know what they don't know. And I don't really turn my back on anyone. And I say, well, maybe in the future you will find a little more time.
Yeah. Okay, let's just dive into this last one. I know we can go on and on, but I don't know what to say.
speak from the heart or get your coach on a three-way phone call. When people say I don't know what to say, I just say share your 30-second story, be really natural, don't be weird, be really excited, engage with a compliment, with a connection. Just do like you're trying to make a friend, not a sale. Don't be weird about it. And then if the person is interested, you know what? Offer my help. I would be happy to get on a three-way phone call. Just be natural. That's it. Don't worry about the sale.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome info. I love it. I know, like I said, we can go on and on, and definitely you do have the solutions. So real quick here, I don't know if you can answer this question, but what do you have to say for encouraging someone who is in network marketing now and just is frustrated and stuck?
Okay, first of all, what I'm going to record this little piece for my friends. And what I would say is frustration is totally normal. Have you ever had a bad day at the office? Have you ever had a bad day with your kids and they drive you crazy? It's normal to be frustrated, right? But no matter what, stay in the game, because that's what counts. Because in network marketing, if you're in a great company and you get paid all the way down, you never know. Somebody might bring in somebody who's going to change your family's life. It's an incredible profession. You can build it in the pockets of your life, and it's going to bring you freedom if you give it a fair shot. Frustration is normal. You telling me you never get frustrated at the gym? I wanted to punch that spin teacher in the nose today. But it's normal. It's okay. Just stick with it.
Yeah. Sometimes I've heard people say, just quit and just come back when you're ready. What do you think about that?
No, don't quit. Would you give that advice to your kid? Quit the baseball season because you're feeling frustrated and then try again next season? As parents, would we give that advice to our kids? Heck no. We would say, dude, you're going to skin your knees, you're going to scrape your elbows, but you stay in it. Because at the end of the baseball season, you're going to come out better, stronger, more confident, and tougher. And you know what? Next season, that's going to be your time. Yeah. You don't tell people to quit. That's a terrible example.
I would, for sure. But I was just saying that there are some people who are like, you know what? I'll challenge you. Just quit and see what happens, right? I don't know.
Yeah. Not good advice, Eric. You and I would never say that.
Throwing it out there because we want to be real, right? And
right.
Definitely, it's not all fun or let's just say the glory, right? It's not all glory, right? And there are going to be some tough times for sure.
Yeah.
That's when you've gone through what's called the pride cycle. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but there are people who are very successful, and then when they're successful, they get knocked down for some reason, right? And then once they've got knocked down, they learn and then they rebuild, right? And they've gone through one cycle. And so anyhow, so I'm wondering if you could just give some last piece of advice. And I know we've talked about some of these false beliefs and whatnot, but someone who's new now, who is considering network marketing, what would be the encouragement from someone who's been there and done that?
When I first started this business, I didn't even know there was a business. I came on as a product user. And when I realized that there was a business model that did not care whether you had a GED or a PhD, it didn't matter what age you were, what nationality, what religion, whether you were gay or straight, you get paid based on your passion. And how exciting is that? And how passionate you are will determine how far you go. And that was it. I was ignorance on fire. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know a cold market, a warm market. I was just really super passionate about helping people. And I really let that keep me going. And then, you know what? You listen to podcasts, you listen to YouTubes, you utilize your company's events, and you just learn and grow and get better. And I tell you, not only have we, been able to buy a home, retire my husband, it's the small things. It's paying for my kids' summer camp in one shot as opposed to needing a payment plan. You've got to think, is this worth it for you to change your family's life for the better? And for me, it was. And so I stuck with it every day. There have been, if you've never cried about your business, you probably haven't given it a good shot yet. I have cried many times. There have been frustrations. I have lost wonderful people. But no matter what, I got up and I went back into the trenches. But the beauty of this is that I did it in the car while my daughters were at karate. I did it in the evening time when my family was in bed. I did it around my family. I didn't replace my family. I didn't have to go work a second gig. I really put in the time and effort into this gig. And I'm not talking 40-hour weeks. I'm talking 1 to 2 consistent hours a day, but consistently. And look at the compound effect of that consistent action over time. It will get you somewhere. And more importantly, aside from the money, I've changed as a person. I like who I've become in these past 5 years. More patient, more loving, a teacher, just confident in myself. This is the best darn profession in the world. And I wouldn't trade it for any amount of money, for anything. I've made some of the best friends. And I encourage you guys to really stick with it because it's just an incredible platform.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I kind of feel sorry for those who say no to the opportunities and the benefits of being involved, right? I really do, because of the personal development, personal growth, all of those things. It's sort of, to me, I don't take it personally, but I could kind of, part of me is like, they said no to this wonderful profession.
Yeah, it stinks because you see potential in them. When I have people say, she tried to recruit me. I said, what are you saying for? She probably sees something wonderful in you. I said, people don't recruit jerks in their business. People recruit people that they see something special in. So part of that disappointment that you're talking about is you see something golden in this person and they don't see it. They don't see their own potential. So I definitely hear that. But like you said, everybody's got to be ready. It's got to be their time to shine.
Absolutely. Angela, how do people get a hold of you to learn more from you, or even, perhaps get some more info?
You can find me on Facebook, Angela. My last name is Zikherman, Zikher, Maresca, Maresca, or you can find me on Aaron's friend list.
Awesome. I appreciate this so much. I know it took a few days to get this coordinated, but hey, we got it done. And this was wonderful. I will let you go and have a great day, okay?
Thank you so much, Eric. You're fantastic.
All right, bye. Hey, thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback for me. Do you have a question that you want answered live on the show? Go to nextgenmlmhacksradio.com to submit your question and download your free Next Gen MLM Masters Pack.